Good morning, Baker Hornets, and welcome to our second broadcast of the semester. I'm Clay Householder.
And I'm Mitchell Atkins, or Sergeant Atkins.
And today we'll give you some information about some mysterious costumes on campus and also some dating nightmares.
Stick around, we'll be right back.
For those of you that like to cheer, cheerleading trials will be held March 11th through March 14th. You can sign up in the library, and the packets are due Thursday, February 21st.
Attention students, now is your opportunity to get published. The Buzz Baker's Literary Arts Journal is now accepting submissions. Turn in your original art or writing to Portable 908. The submission deadline is February 18th.
That's all for general announcements. We'll be right back after this.
Are you an aspiring writer looking to get published? Or an aspiring artist? Tired of teachers not giving you the credit you deserve? Has this ever happened to you?
Come on down to Miss Case's room and submit your poetry, artwork, creative nonfiction, and fiction, as well as photography.
Or submit it by email at bakerliteraryarts@gmail.com. Side effects are increased intelligence, improved skywriting grades, increased popularity, increased love life, with increased wealth, increased charisma, increased creativity, increased sight and hearing, and sudden urge to write books and ignore stories.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Mitchell, did you see any of those students wearing strange costumes around school this week?
I did. I bet it has to do something with Miss Hines' history class. Here's Malia with more.
Hey Baker, so today...
The redcoats are coming.
The redcoats are coming. We gotta speed this up. So Hornets, Miss Hines, a history teacher here at Baker, was able to receive a trunk with Revolutionary costumes and showcase it to other history classes across the campus. This past summer, Miss Hines had the opportunity to work with an organization known as the Society of the Cincinnati, who formed the American Revolution Institute.
Through the Institute, they are trying to promote the study of the American Revolution. That's actually the mission of the Society of the Cincinnati. And so when I was at the Institute this summer, they presented it to us as a resource that we could use for our students. And so that's how I got hooked up with the trunks.
The Institute, unsurprisingly, has goals of preserving our history and engaging the American youth in the birth of our nation. The trunks that Miss Hines received contained costumes that were similar to the ones worn by colonial soldiers and women who were involved in the American Revolution. Though Miss Hines was fascinated by all of the uniforms, she did have a personal favorite.
I think my favorite one is the Virginia Regiment, the 1st Regiment of Virginia, because that was George Washington's uniform. The reason that we went with the blue for the American Continental Army is because that's what he wore in the Virginia Regiment, of course, when he was promoted to the position as the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army.
Thanks to Washington, who was General Washington at the time of the Revolution, the American soldiers wore some lucky blue coats.
But when he was promoted to that position in 1775, they immediately adopted that uniform. So I think that's kind of my favorite, because that's kind of the epitome of what we think about with the American Revolution. Looks very similar to that right there. Yeah.
This is the first year that the trunk has been passed around throughout the country, and thanks to Miss Hines, Baker was able to get it for a few days. She also has a great passion for U.S. history, and we are so glad that she has chosen to share that with our student body here at Baker.
Well, I fell in love with American history at the age of 5. My grandmother and my mother took me to Colonial Williamsburg. I don't know if any of you have ever been there before, but Colonial Williamsburg is essentially the Revolutionary City. It's in Virginia, Williamsburg was the capital of Virginia at that time during the American Revolution. And it's basically you walk down the streets of Williamsburg and it looks just like it did during the colonial period. So for me at 5 years old, that was like going to Disney World. It was almost like these characters, these people are in costumes, and you get to experience that colonialism of that time period and, you know, the American spirit. And so they have like fife and drum corps out. You get a sense of what it would have been like to live during that time period. And I kind of fell in love with it.
As Americans, we should strive to appreciate what the brave citizens of our early nation created for us. Thanks to all of our history teachers here at Baker, we are able to learn about our past as a nation and as a world.
Oh, that looks comfy.
Well, I wouldn't know until I got into it. Hey Mitchell, who's your favorite teacher here at Baker?
I'm not sure, but I know we have Teacher of the Year.
Yeah, that's right, it's Miss Agnew.
Here's Jasmine with more information about a famous teacher.
Each year, every school chooses their own Teacher of the Year. From those, Mobile County chooses the County Teacher of the Year. This year, our very own Mrs. Agnew was not only chosen as Baker's Teacher of the Year, but as Mobile County's High School Teacher of the Year. Jessica Agnew is a math teacher here at Baker High School. On January 17th, she received the High School Teacher of the Year award along with 2 other teachers from different schools. Mrs. Agnew teaches advanced placement calculus and honors pre-cal to sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
She's like really hardworking. She will work with you as long as you're willing to work, and she's very passionate about what she teaches, and it shows in her classes. So
I would say that Mrs. Agnew has served as a mentor to me through pre-cal as well as Calculus 1, and I think that that applies not only like in math but also like in all like academic areas.
Mrs. Agnew had many emotions when she learned she'd won.
I was very shocked and surprised and just overwhelmed by everything that happened.
Mrs. Agnew has some tips for teachers aspiring to be Teacher of the Year.
I guess just always remember that your students aren't going to learn content from you if they don't believe that you care about them. So the most important part of being a teacher is developing the entire student, not just the academic part of the student.
Mrs. Agnew puts a lot of effort into what she does, and her students and teachers bear witness to that.
the bond that she makes with her students, it's very, I don't know, it's almost personal. I feel like she's my friend and my teacher.
She cares about her students. She really wants all of her students to do very well.
I would say that she's truly passionate about what she does, so I guess the word passionate would represent her, and that she doesn't only care about the subject she teaches, which she does, but she cares about her students as well.
Mrs. Agnew did not always want to be a teacher, but she grew to have an appreciation for math.
My mom is a teacher, so when I was growing up, I was like, I'm never going to be a teacher, because I sat there and watched her do all the work that she had to do at home to be a teacher. But then as I got older, I just realized that it was really my calling and my passion, and at the risk of sounding extremely nerdy, I love math, and I enjoy being able to watch my students develop an appreciation for math as well.
She's just so excited about math. I like to see that excitement.
Agnew students have enjoyed great success on the AP Calculus exam scoring and qualifying score of 3 or higher on 86% of exams taken. She graduated from Baker in 2006 and has taught here since 2010. She has a bachelor's degree of science in mathematics and secondary education from Spring Hill College and is currently pursuing a master's of education in school counseling from the University of West Alabama.
Always pursue your dreams and passions. You never know what's possible when you truly set your mind to it.
Congratulations, Mrs. Agnew.
Hey Mitchell, do you like dancing?
Not really, why?
Oh, the dance team went to nationals last week.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, here's Laura with more information about their trip.
Hey Baker, for the first time in Hornet history, our dance team went to nationals in Disney World Orlando. The dance team started planning this trip since last year, placing superior and advancing all the way to nationals.
To prepare for nationals, we had many after-school practices, and we did a lot of team bonding exercises to help us grow closer together and work better as a team.
In September of this year, we learned our hip-hop routine, and then October, November, we did our jazz routine and have been practicing them non-stop every single day since then.
The dance team competed in the hip hop and jazz categories, competing against 40 other teams.
It was amazing. We went to the Disney parks and we performed at nationals for the first time ever.
When we got there, I took them to the venue where the final stages, because in our division that we were in, there was 3 rounds. So with preliminaries and semifinals, you're in a different venue, which is the smaller scale. But the finals floor has the big castle in the background, and it's just this huge, like bigger than a basketball arena size place. And so they saw the castle and they got super excited. So that kind of just pumped them up once we were there, and just kind of motivated them to be like, okay, we want to dance on that floor.
They had plenty of fun last weekend, having gotten the park hopping pass and staying in parks after the closing time.
My favorite memory was definitely the Pandora ride at Animal Kingdom. Yeah, it's a really new ride, and we got to ride it together as a team, so that was super fun.
We just spent time together at the parks, and then we had dinner together and breakfast sometimes.
Once we were there, we got to compete and then go to Hollywood Studios. We went to Disney World. They went to Animal Kingdom. I think a lot of the girls got up super early on the days we were off to go to the parks. And then we went back and watched other teams compete as well. So we got to just get the full experience.
They did amazing this year, having ranked 14th out of the entire nation.
We made it to semis with our hip hop dance, so we are proud of that.
When you say 14th, doesn't sound that impressive, but these teams that were there are phenomenal, and it just shows like how good our girls are and how hard they work, and they're already hungry for next year. They're ready to like start practicing and go back and just dominate next year.
So we advanced to semifinals, which was our goal, and we're now ranked 14th in the nation, so we're super happy about that.
Congratulations, you guys. We're so proud of you. Keep up the good work. Bye, Baker.
Congratulations to the dance team. Hey Clay, have you ever been on a date before?
No, why?
Well, when you go on a date, make sure you don't have a bad experience like these students.
Hey Baker, what's up? Now, we all know Valentine's Day is coming up, and people is trying to look for some dates. Now, some people has already been on a date before, and some of them have bad experiences. Let's go hear about them. So, what was your bad dating experience?
One time I was at the movie theater, and the guy I was with texted another girl and was like, "Would you ever date me?" And yeah, you just should never do that.
Being cheated on the first date.
A guy wanted to go to the movies, so we went to the movies, but he couldn't even pick me up because he didn't drive.
Okay, so one of my exes went on a date, right? And I could not decide what to get. We had to tell the waitress like 18 times to give us them, and then we ended up leaving without getting anything. I felt so bad.
One time I went to the movies with a girl and paid for her some popcorn, and she went to another dude and left me. I know, that's messed up, ain't it?
He couldn't really pay for his ticket or anything like that, so we were scraping together money before the movie.
Last year I bought my girlfriend a ring. She broke up with me and left me. It was a sad day.
Well, one time this boy took me on a date, and he said he was gonna pay for my stuff, so I didn't bring no money. But when we got there, he didn't pay for my stuff, so I was left outside the movie theater by myself.
And we had to get a small popcorn, and it was just like a really bad experience. So it was really embarrassing.
It was probably my junior prom. I was dating this girl for a while, and we were having problems. We went to prom, and it was just a disaster. I took her home at 10 o'clock. That was as bad as it got. It was all about her.
I had took a girl out to the park, and she got bit by a duck.
Almost 4 months later, she's with another guy, and then I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then she says, "Oh, we're through." I didn't even do anything.
I don't know that I've ever really had a bad dating experience. I mean, it's hard for somebody that looks like this to have a bad dating experience, so I wouldn't know how the other half lives.
Man, I hope I don't have any bad experiences like they did.
I know I won't.
Well, that's it, Baker. I hope you'll have a great weekend.
Also, stay dry, Baker, because it's going to be wet outside.
Bye,
Bye,
Baker.
Baker.